The turn-down service chocolates are on the pillows. The essential oils are on the rim of the jacuzzi bathtub. Curtains pulled tight and lights dimmed. But our couple is not here for a romantic weekend getaway. They are just using a comped hotel room as a base of operations, while they try to figure out how to extract the most money from a tribal casino in New England.
How are we going to play this thing, Hezbollah? It's worth a couple $100 an hour, but we need maybe 7,000 or 8,000 a guy, just to handle the swings.
It's pronounced Hezbollah.
He didn't mind the nickname. He just wished it would be pronounced correctly.
We can see if the nose has that kind of money.
The nose is okay, but he'll want to run things, and I don't trust him to play without mistakes.
After scratching his chin for a moment, Hesby springs to his feet.
I know we can call the AP team.
I never asked. How did you escape Iran?
I ran.
I thought it was pronounced Iran.
It is.
In 2002, a crack casino unit was sent to prison by a tribal court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a 000 roulette wheel to the green felt underground. Today, still wanted by the Indians, they survive as soldiers for fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and you can find them, maybe you can hire the AP team.
We had been slowly moving our campaign back toward the east, expanding our horizons, and wearing out some welcomes in the middle 50% of the country. I get a call from Hezbollah. Good to hear from him. I, along with the Chard, the Kangaroo, and June, had left New England about 3 years earlier. June wasn't with us for this leg of the trip, but the rest of us were now more or less in the area. Probably Pennsylvania or Maryland, but heading toward New Jersey.
Hey, can you guys make it to Connecticut this weekend?
No. What's up?
Numbers found something, and he thinks it's good.
Numbers was a burgeoning advantage player. I'd already heard how good he was from the nose, who still kept us up to date on the comings and goings in the region. I had some trouble understanding what Hesby was saying. It's hard to believe his English is still broken. He's been in this country almost as long as I've been alive. He escaped potential public execution for his religion during the Iranian Revolution. You'd think he'd have his English fixed by now. So instead of repeating himself, he hands the phone to Numbers. Numbers is coy at first on the phone, protective of the gem he's found, but aware he needs help to play it. I'll tell you what, you know our reputation. We are men of our word. If I can't play it, I won't tell anybody, and I won't sell the play. My job is to extract the most money from the casino, and you've got to tell somebody sooner or later. So spit it out. I listened to Numbers, and I heard and understood the rules, but part of my mind couldn't help but wander back to the day I got my first 86ing. Like Montresor plotting his two-faced vengeance against Fortunato, I think of some of the most vile ways to punish the Mohicans with impunity. The 1,000 injuries of the Mohicans I had borne as I best could, but when they ventured on insulting my intelligence, I vowed revenge. So Numbers spits it out. It's a promotion at a casino very near to my heart. The first place I was 86'd from. Along with the Chard and a couple other guys, we were back-roomed, photographed, and even escorted off premises by state troopers. Apparently, we were the first group of advantage slot machine players to ever be evicted from this particular casino. I remember being so naive that I even tried to reason with them. Look, if you think I have done anything illegal, please prosecute me to the fullest extent of the law. But all I have ever done is put money in the machine, push the buttons that you provided me, and my decision is simply when to start playing and when to quit. Are you discriminating against me just because I was smart enough to read the rules on the machine? The rules provided by the manufacturer? There's no reasoning with these guys. They are just following orders, and the guy giving the orders generally knows less about gambling than Two Eyes' dead grandmother. Rest in peace. The promotion is pretty straightforward. Earn so many points, spin a virtual wheel, do this as many times as you like within the 10-hour window that the promo runs each week. Talking to Numbers, it was clear his mathematical knowledge was far superior to mine. I am above average in terms of maths knowledge, and I pride myself on being able to apply the concepts to the real world. But this guy is something else. He really, really gets it on a fundamental level. In my gambling career, I have met 2 such individuals, and I don't think it is a coincidence, but they both studied finance at a post-grad level. When you ask Numbers, what would be the optimal way to play game X? He will answer something like, the way I like to look at it is, how would we play if we knew everything? All of the dealer's cards. Then he goes from the other angle. How would we play if we knew nothing? He then, with words, not numbers, analyzes the approximate advantage. If it's something promising, in half an hour on his laptop, he will bang out a full Monte Carlo simulation of every possible hand and have our advantage, optimal bet size, strategy, risk of ruin, standard deviation, and a slew of other metrics all mapped out. My strength, on the other hand, is figuring out how to get the money out of the casino. Numbers and I argue a bit over the exact attack vector. Experience ultimately beats out raw computing power, and we decide to implement my plan. Now it's time to build and train a team. The core members show up 5 days early. We need to scout, make strategy cards, recruit, and teach the players. Chard and I can't play. Technically, we're not even supposed to be in the building. Two Eyes, Numbers, and Hesby are already signed up and close to perfect on strategy. Unfortunately, the cat will be sitting this one out too, as his state-issued ID, given to him in prison, is no longer valid. So we hire a bunch of avatars, human bodies that serve to push buttons, recruiting real family and friends, our brothers, sisters, and best friends from childhood. We provide them with training software and a laminated color-coded strategy card. Chard, Two Eyes, and I bankroll the operation. Our job on site: bring money from players who are winning to those who are losing, push the buttons during bathroom breaks, and make sure everybody's playing as strategically accurate as possible. As video poker goes, this game is quite simple. Each hand, you're dealt 2 cards you have to keep, and 2 3-card stacks, one to your left, one to your right, each with its front card already turned face up. You look at that one revealed card in each stack, then pick left or right. Whichever stack you choose, all 3 of those cards get added to your 2 kept cards for a 5-card poker hand. That's the whole decision. And this game returns over 99.9% with perfect play. Our teammates were all friends and family, but just to be safe, we sat people who didn't know one another next to each other. Before the game started, we took each person aside and told them, "You're going to sit next to so-and-so, because I'm not 100% sure he won't cheat us, so part of your job is to keep an eye on how much money he puts in the machine. This way, everybody had an extra set of eyes on them. The Chard and I can't play, but we bounce between our 12 players, watching and helping with close strategy decisions. I see myself as Hawkeye from James Fenimore Cooper's The Last of the Mohicans, the real-life Natty Bumppo. Part scout, part sharpshooter, and a cultural bridge between the invaders and the savages. The meat puppets were given 2 choices. They could opt for 5% of the total take each week, or take a flat $300. On week 1, almost everybody chose the 5%. This time, in the hotel room, the freshly made bed was doing double duty as the count table. Turned-down chocolates long gone, eaten by whoever worked straight through their snack break. 12 piles of money, 15 people crammed into a small room. I addressed the group. We didn't make a thing this week. I know we gave everybody their choice. 5% of the total, or $300. Almost everybody took the 5% last week, and everybody took it this week. I talked with the fellas. Everybody's getting $300. Keep studying. See you again next week. Good job, bad result. The whole thing is a blur. The team slightly reconfigured on week 3, as, like in the real Mohican tribe, there was something of a schism. Numbers jumped ship and took Hesby with him. They didn't go with Chief Uncas. They went a different way. They hustled up some money from an investor who offered a better deal. Word on the street is that their variance was negative that week. We, on the other hand, took quite a few scalps. We had missed the first week of the raid on the shore of the Thames River, and maybe that worked to our benefit. Nobody hit them hard that week, so they let their guard down. Not even the tribe's benefactor, Sol Kurtzner, back in Cape Town, with his apartheid slaves serving to his every want and desire, saw the massacre coming. On week 4, both teams fared quite well. Our new, smaller team finally hit a royal flush. It was nice to split it fewer ways, and we made sure to include a bonus for that lucky individual. This was the play that padded Number's bankroll enough that he could become his own soldier for fortune, and an elite member of the AP community. I don't know what the rest of the crew did with their 10-packs, but mine are securely walled up behind a shroud of fresh masonry in the catacombs, right beside Fortunato's skeleton. In pace requiescat, Mohicans. Rest in peace. If you love it when a plan comes together, call the AP team. If you liked this story, tell a friend, leave a comment, and go dig through the vault for the rest of the catalogue. Thanks for listening. This has been Folklore from the Veldt. See you on the Veldt.